What's up, everybody? Good morning. Happy Saturday. Oh, and good luck to all the competitors at Winter Blast. So this video was about the top 5 arm wrestlers that I admire. And it may shock you. So let's get into it. This list that I have, they're not in order, okay? It's just the 5 guys that I admire in the sport. And so you might be surprised because one of them is not John Brzezinski. One of them is not Devin Larratt. You see what I'm saying? So it's nothing against those guys, but it's just, when we all get into the sport of arm wrestling, we all kind of go, I like that guy. I like that style. Or this is what I like about that guy. So here we go. Once again, no order. Let's roll. Andrew Cobra Rhodes. I guess that goes without saying, right? Because this guy, who is my uncle in arm wrestling, right? When I got into the sport in 2011, anytime you get into a sport, you kind of go, who should I model myself after, right? And I'm looking at video thinking, man, this guy's pretty good. He's fast. And this was back when I was 198. I was pulling in the 198-pound class. I was never really a big guy. I mean, age caught up with me, so now I'm 234. But, so he was the guy. He was fast. He was technical. I seen him beat guys twice his size. And the fact that his hand control was really what pulled me in. So I'm thinking, I need to work hand. And yes, I work all the other stuff around it too, but just there's something about his technique. Like, you know what? You're bigger than me and I'm gonna still beat you. That mindset, I love that kind of stuff. So that's why I go by, hey, control the hand, control the match. That's what I live by. So that's why Cobra Rhodes is one of the guys I admire. Now, a guy on the opposite end of the spectrum, this guy, Todd Hutchins. Now, this guy is on the opposite end of what I just said about control the hand, control the match. I'm always live by that. This dude right here will sit there and tell you that I can lose my hand and still pin you, right? In other words, all the training you do, pronation, supination, press, whatever, some way, somehow, you can't pin your opponent unless you go that way, right? Yeah, get your cup here or get your top roll there, but eventually you have to go that way, right? Or in my case, I'm a lefty, go that way. So this guy was so awesome because he will sit there, because some pullers out there are real weird about how they put stuff up there, right? They do. So what you do is that, here's Todd. Hey, I got my YouTube page. I'm going to go ahead and show you what I do. I will put everything on the table. You can mimic what I do, but at the end of the day, you still got to beat me, right? I like that about Todd. Not afraid to put some stuff out there. So that's why I got him on the list. Now, let's get to the nitty gritty. Neil Pickup, the natural. What I like about this guy, what are we all doing these days in arm wrestling? I'll give you a minute to think about that. Super matches, right? This guy solidified that, right? The creator of Arm Wars, the guy that made it to where, hey, you really want to know if you're better than your opponent, or you really want to know who's the best. He made it happen. Won't you come on, hang out at the Tappert Center, in Manchester. We'll go ahead, iron this thing out, one-on-one, 6 rounds, whatever, and we'll see at the end of the day who's the best. Now, he's also a creator, awesome commentator. He's done all kind of stuff. You've seen him commentate at WAL. You've seen him commentate and ref at Nimrov. He's the creator. He commentates at Arm Wars too. So he's done a lot for the sport. And that's why I like the guy. I admire the guy. This kind of goes without saying. My boy, Monster Michael Todd. Now, what I like about him, he is the most decorated guy out there, in my opinion. Like I said, these are this is my list. Not yours, but mine. So, he's the most decorated puller out there. Nothing but heart, desire, And like he said, his sheer will to lose irritates him. Now, when all these organizations were up, the PAL, at one point in time, he was the man. WAL, at one point in time, he was the man. UAL, at one point in time, he was the man. So all these organizations, you know, I think he might have been the NAP champ at one point, you know. He's the guy. So you look at it and you kind of go, okay. And it's only a matter of time before he gets a East vs. West title. Speedy recovery, my man, by the way. So he's done stuff and it's awesome. He goes around, does seminars. Heck, he even got into the mix of him and Rebecca, his lovely wife. How you doing, Rebecca? That they put together their own pay-per-view, so to speak, their own event, you know? So again, nobody can outwork this dude. And the last but not least, who do you think it is? I'll give it a second. Go ahead. So we got Todd Hutchins. We got a Cobra Rhodes, Neil Pickup, Monster Michael Todd, the fifth guy. Who do you think it is? And remember, guys I admire. He's from Switzerland. Pascal Gerard. This guy's knowledge on the table is second to none, right? And, you know, speaking of knowledge, I mean, Inga's up there too. But I mean, just something about him, the way he explains stuff, is just mind-blowing. Here I am thinking, okay, I know I'm doing here. And then you watch a video of him saying, hey, this is what you do. And he breaks everything down thinking, man. And like I said, he's not like the biggest guy. You know, the list I got is not all super duper mega heavyweights and all that kind of stuff. You know, from a technical standpoint, I mean, the guy has it all. You know, Pasquale, technical. Neil Pickup, technical. Cobra Rhodes, technical. See where I'm going with this? I relate that to me because I'm not going to be the biggest guy in my weight class, but I kind of rely on speed, kind of rely on my technique. You know, I still got some things to clean up on my end, but guys like Pasquale, you know, and all the other guys I mentioned, I'm telling you right now, look him up. Technique, I like that because this is a sport where not always the biggest dominates. Because I'll tell you what, one day Levon's going down. I could be finicky, but whatever. But again, technique, I love it. So, Pascal Gerard, Neil Pickup, Monster Michael Todd, Todzilla, Todd Hutchins, and my uncle, Andrew Cobra Rhodes. Those are the 5 arm wrestlers that I admire. Feel free to leave a comment. Talk to y'all soon.